Hello, today I'm going to review the Star Wars The Black Series Luthen Rael figure from Andor. One of the first things I need to say about this figure is just how big he is. He's really tall compared to a lot of other figures. Let me pull out some comparisons. I have Ahsoka over here where I reviewed that one last. So, he's a lot taller than you'd expect him to be, which I'm happy that they went with accuracy on his height. But, I had to change the camera a little bit to fit him all on the screen. So yes, this is a very tall figure, I think. Way taller than some of the other ones. He'd about rival a character like Wrecker from the Bad Batch in terms of height on his figure. But anyway, now we'll get into the articulation on this one. He has articulation in the head, articulation in the shoulders, in the elbows, and in the hands. Well, let me try a different hand. I'll try not to knock those out of his hands because I had a hard time getting them in. Anyway, he has articulation in his hips, in the top of his legs, and in his knees. It's right there in that joint. And he has articulation in his feet as well. These are kind of stiff, so I'm not going to mess with them too much. I'm happy that they are stiff, though, as that'll help him stand up. In terms of detail, though, I'm pretty disappointed on this figure. I think something about him just feels like... I think he looks rubbery. I think that's the problem with him. He doesn't quite look like the same quality as the other figures, I think. The face print looks good and the hair detailing stuff, but like the coat and everything, I feel like it's lacking a lot of detail it could use. Maybe there's not too much they could do, but more like the undercoat and all that. It just seems like it could use something to... make it look more detailed, I think. Just some different color paints or some different texturing details. But other than that, the molding on this figure is really good. Like where you can see all the wrinkles and stuff in his hood. And I like these humongous sleeves they give this character. And this is a rubbery piece, so you can just do that. And I like the humongous kind of baggy pants that they gave him. And then down here you can see where he has details in his boots, and he has, hang on, a little belt right there in the middle. As I said, there's not too much on his undershirt. He has like some pockets and some little suspenders. If you open that up a little bit more, get that camera to focus. As I said, that the head is detailed. You need like little veins in his neck and stuff. I really wish that same level of detail went through the rest of the figure. In terms of accessories, he has this little bat knife. I don't know exactly what it is, but when you take this off, it does that. You can just slide that right back in like that. I'm trying to do this on camera, it's making me shaky. There we go. And on this other side, he just has a blaster. And that stuff was really hard to get into his hands, let me tell you. Although, I think the pose that I accidentally put him in sums him up pretty good how he was in the show, with his hands always out like that, where he was in the antique shop. I might actually make his pose like that when I put him on my shelf. But I'm going to try to get him into a pose now and just see how well he poses. I ended up just putting him into this pose. I couldn't really find many to reference, as I don't really see many reviews on this figure. But here's the pose that I put him in, as I said, and his joints on this figure feel pretty good as you bend them around. They didn't get any looser or stay too stiff or anything, so that's a good thing. Overall, though, I think this is a good figure, but could use a lot more detail. I guess there's no chance they remake this figure or anything, since I assume he'll be the same in Season 2 of Andor, but still, I do have a Cassian figure from Andor, so I got this one to put alongside him, so that'll look good. But anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.